Let me tell you about a story that resonated deeply with me. On the surface, it's a tale about a young man fighting challenges in a dangerous world. But beyond the struggles and breathtaking visuals lies a profound truth about life. The protagonist begins as a weak and powerless figure, barely surviving in a world where strength and dominance rule, mocked by peers, underestimated by society, and constantly facing failure. Yet against all odds, he awakens to a unique ability, the power to grow stronger through hard work and determination. With every challenge, he levels up, forging himself into a being of immense power and influence. When I first came across this story, it struck me. This isn't just fiction. It's a metaphor for our own lives. Because aren't we all in some way starting from the bottom? Struggling to make sense of the world? Battling our own demons, be it self-doubt, failure, or fear? But here's the thing. Just like the protagonist, we have the ability to awaken, to rise above our limitations, to grind, grow, and transform into something greater than we ever thought possible. This reminds me of a timeless truth from philosophy. Life is a constant state of becoming. Heraclitus once said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man." Every moment shapes us. Every challenge refines us. Like this protagonist, we are not static beings. We are dynamic, ever-changing, and filled with potential waiting to be realized. This video is about that transformation. I'll show you how to level up in your own life, from starting at zero to becoming an outlier in a world that demands greatness. Life, for many of us, begins at the bottom, weak, unprepared, and often overlooked. This isn't a story about unfairness. It's a story about reality. And there's a quiet beauty in that. Because when you start at zero, every step forward becomes a testament to your willpower. For young men, the beginning often feels like a cruel joke. At 18, most of us are skinny, broke, awkward, and without purpose. We're handed a life with no shortcuts and told to figure it out. Unlike others who might find value handed to them, we must grind, face rejection, and endure failure just to find our footing. But this struggle, this early grind, isn't a punishment. It's life's way of saying, prove yourself. And for those willing to endure, to stay in the trenches and fight for even the smallest of gains, the rewards are immeasurable. A man's early years are his crucible. They're not about luxury or comfort, but about sacrifice and grit. When others are chasing short-term pleasures, those who embrace the grind are planting seeds that will flourish in the years to come. As the old saying goes, the man who loves walking will walk further than the man who loves the destination. Every great individual you admire started somewhere, and that somewhere often looked bleak. It's easy to envy the success of others, but what we often forget is the years of grinding that came before their breakthroughs. Here's the secret. The early struggle isn't just a phase, it's a test. It's life's way of separating those who will give up from those who will persevere. And the longer you stay in the fight, the more you begin to see every small win adds up. Every tiny gain compounds over time. There's also a harsh truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Society has little patience for those waiting to be rescued. The world rewards those who create value, not those who hope for it. The boy you are today may not be the man you dream of becoming, but he is the seed of that man. Tend to him, work for him, build him. Every setback you face in these early years is a lesson in disguise. Think of it like the leveling system in a game. Each grind, each sacrifice brings you closer to mastery. The man who understands this truth, that his 20s are for building, not indulging, is the one who will rise above the rest. And when the time comes, the man who embraced the struggle will be unrecognizable compared to the boy who began it. There's a quiet war being waged against men, and most don't even see it. Society has a way of teaching young men to suppress their masculine nature. From the moment you're old enough to understand the world around you, you're fed a message. Tone it down. Be softer. Blend in. But let me tell you this, a man who abandons his nature abandons his potential. Masculinity isn't the problem, it's the solution. Strength, discipline, ambition, these are not flaws to fix, but tools to sharpen, yet society labels them as dangerous, outdated, or even toxic. What happens when you teach boys to suppress their instincts? They grow into men who doubt their power, fear their purpose, and hesitate to lead. This isn't progress, it's sabotage. A man who's disconnected from his nature is easily controlled, easily manipulated, and ultimately unfulfilled. You've heard the phrase, nice guys finish last. Well, there's a reason for that. Society tells you to be a good boy. Don't fight, don't speak up, just do as you're told. But when you enter adulthood, you quickly learn that the good boy gets overlooked, ignored, and left behind. Winners lead, followers wait for instructions. Here's the truth society doesn't want you to hear. Masculine energy is what builds nations, drives innovation, and protects what matters. It's the fire that fuels greatness, but instead of teaching men how to harness that fire, we're told to put it out. Why does this happen? Because a strong man is a dangerous man. Not dangerous in the sense of harm, but dangerous in his refusal to conform. Dangerous in his ability to think, act, and lead without permission. A society that fears strength will always try to weaken it. But let me tell you something. You don't have to play by their rules. You can reclaim your power, reconnect with your nature, and redefine what it means to be a man. Masculinity isn't about dominance or aggression. It's about purpose, resilience, and the courage to stand firm in a world that wants you to kneel. Using male aggression and testosterone is not a weakness. It's a weapon when wielded wisely. The same people telling you to suppress these traits are often the loudest to riot when they don't get their way. Aggression, competitiveness, and drive are tools not for harm, but for creation and success. Think about this. Why do men with higher testosterone consistently come out on top in studies of leadership, attraction, and social dominance? Why do the most successful leaders and innovators exhibit traits like assertiveness, boldness, and resilience? It's biology, not chance. Men who embrace these traits don't just survive, they thrive. So, what's the solution? Stop apologizing for being a man. Embrace your instincts to lead, to protect, and to strive for greatness. Stop letting society turn you into a puppet. Instead, use your natural aggression and drive to bulldoze your way through obstacles. The world's approval isn't worth the cost of your potential. Never forget, the man who understands the value of his masculinity and uses it wisely becomes unstoppable. It's time to wake up, reject the lies, and reclaim the traits that make you powerful. Greatness has a price, and that price is sacrifice. In life, nothing worth having comes without effort. Yet many struggle with this truth, seeking shortcuts to success while avoiding the hard choices that lead to lasting fulfillment. The early stages of your journey will demand sacrifices that others may not understand. You'll have to trade late nights of partying for early mornings of productivity. Weekends will no longer be for rest. They will be for grinding. And while your friends indulge in fleeting pleasures, you'll be planting the seeds of a future they can't yet envision. This isn't about deprivation. It's about prioritization. The man who sacrifices distractions for discipline, who forgoes comfort for progress, creates a life few can rival. As the saying goes, do what others won't today, so you can do what others can't tomorrow. Sacrifice is the fuel for transformation. Think of it like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Every unnecessary piece you remove from your life reveals the masterpiece within. To become the person you dream of, you must leave behind the habits, comforts, and even relationships that no longer serve you. But let's be honest, sacrifice isn't glamorous. It's lonely at times. It's saying no to things that bring immediate joy for the promise of something greater. Yet, those who endure this path find that the rewards far outweigh the costs. What's the key to managing these sacrifices? It's clarity of purpose. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, the sacrifices stop feeling like losses and start feeling like investments. Each hour spent working, each dollar saved, and each temptation resisted becomes a step closer to the life you envision. The truth is, sacrifice is not forever. It's a season of life, one where you're laying the foundation for something extraordinary. And once you've built that foundation, you'll have the freedom to enjoy life on your terms. But first, you must pay the price. Greatness isn't handed out freely. It's reserved for those willing to pay the cost, for those who endure the hard seasons with their eyes fixed on the horizon. So, ask yourself, what are you willing to give up today to build the life you want tomorrow? In a world full of mediocrity, standing out isn't just a privilege, it's a choice. Becoming an outlier, a man of rare value, requires relentless dedication to growth and a willingness to rise above the noise of the ordinary. To achieve this, you must focus on mastering what I call the Big Three: fitness, finances, and mindset. These pillars are the foundation of every outlier's success. They aren't optional, they're essential. The first pillar is fitness. A strong body reflects a strong mind. It's not just about looking good, it's about resilience, discipline, and the energy to tackle life's challenges. When you invest in your physical health, you're building a vessel capable of enduring the storms ahead. The second pillar is financial independence. In this world, freedom comes to those who master their money. This doesn't mean chasing get-rich-quick schemes. It means understanding the power of saving, investing, and creating multiple streams of income. Money is a tool, and those who wield it wisely gain control over their destiny. The third pillar is mindset. This is the glue that holds everything together. A growth mindset allows you to see obstacles as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as stepping stones. Cultivate resilience, focus, and an unshakable belief in your ability to improve. What separates outliers from the rest isn't talent or luck. It's the commitment to consistently refine themselves. While others are distracted, they are focused. While others seek comfort, they embrace discomfort. They understand that greatness is a process, not an accident. But let's not sugarcoat the truth. Achieving outlier status comes with a price. You'll be misunderstood. People may envy you, criticize you, or try to pull you down. Yet as you rise, you'll discover that the opinions of others fade in comparison to the pride you feel in becoming your best self. Here's the beauty of becoming an outlier. It's not just about personal success, it's about impact. The stronger you become, the more you can uplift others. Your journey becomes a beacon of hope, showing what's possible when someone commits fully to their growth. Becoming an outlier isn't for everyone. It's a path of discipline, sacrifice, and unyielding effort. But for those who choose it, the rewards are immeasurable. So ask yourself, are you ready to rise above the rest? Are you ready to become a rare breed? Many people spend their lives chasing success, chasing relationships, chasing validation. But what they don't realize is this: the more you chase, the more elusive your goals become. True power comes not from pursuit, but from attraction. And the key to attraction? Upgrading yourself. Here's a simple truth. Instead of chasing what you want, focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it. The man who dedicates himself to self-improvement, to becoming stronger, wiser, and more disciplined, finds that the things he once chased begin to gravitate toward him. This doesn't mean abandoning ambition. On the contrary, it means shifting your focus from external rewards to internal growth. By upgrading yourself, you create value. And in a world that rewards value, those who invest in themselves stand out. So, what does upgrading look like? It's waking up earlier to work on your goals. It's learning a new skill that enhances your career. It's letting go of habits and relationships that hold you back. Every small improvement compounds over time, making you a force to be reckoned with. Think of life as a magnet. When you chase, you repel. But when you invest in yourself, you attract. The man who upgrades his fitness, sharpens his mind, and cultivates emotional strength doesn't need to beg for opportunities. They come to him. Relationships improve, careers flourish, and life itself becomes more fulfilling. But let me be clear, upgrading isn't easy. It requires honesty, acknowledging where you're falling short. It requires discipline, staying committed even when progress feels slow. And it requires patience, understanding that great results take time. Stop chasing what doesn't serve you. Instead, become so valuable that what you desire has no choice but to find you. This is the essence of upgrading. It's not about being perfect. It's about becoming better. And as you become better, you'll find that the life you once dreamed of is no longer a distant goal. It's your reality. So ask yourself, what are you chasing today? And what would happen if, instead of chasing, you focused on upgrading? The answer might just change your life. Have you ever woken up on a Sunday and immediately felt the relief of a day off? Or decided to put off a life goal until January 1st because it's a better time to start? This is the calendar effect, a mental trap that holds you back more than you realize. The calendar effect convinces you that life operates in convenient, predictable cycles. It tells you that weekends are for resting, that the day ends at 5 p.m., and that meaningful changes should wait for a new year. But life doesn't stop for weekends, holidays, or birthdays. Time moves relentlessly forward, and every moment spent waiting is a moment lost. Here's the truth. The calendar and clock are man-made constructs. They're tools, useful, yes, but also limiting. Many people let these tools rule their lives. They work 9 to 5, relax on weekends, and delay their dreams because it's not the right time. This mindset creates a life of mediocrity. Why? Because the average man believes time has boundaries. A driven man knows time is limitless and he uses every second. Success comes to those who break free from the calendar effect. Instead of living by the clock, they live by their purpose. They understand the power of front-loading, doing the hard work early, so they can enjoy the rewards later. While the average man stops at 5 p.m., the driven man works until midnight. While others take weekends off, he uses them to get ahead. The more you detach from the calendar, the more productive you become. The clock and calendar are tools. Don't let them become your masters. Use every second wisely, and you'll find that success isn't just possible. It's inevitable. Remember, time is one long, unbroken line. The sooner you start walking it with purpose, the further you'll go. So here we are, at the end of this journey. We've walked through the struggles of starting at the bottom, the discipline required to build value, the sacrifices necessary for greatness, the commitment to become an outlier, and the power of upgrading yourself rather than chasing. As you grow, you'll find that success isn't just about achieving goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who can create those goals and surpass them. Remember this, life is a journey of constant growth. There will always be more to learn, more to achieve, and more ways to improve. But the key is to stay focused, stay disciplined, and never stop leveling up. This is your journey. This is your time.